All the way from Hunter Point, San Francisco. Make it loud for Gary Anderson.
He's so dumb. Hunter's Point. You guys know where that is?
Sure do.
Who does?
I do.
Where is it?
Well, it's south of San Francisco on the Bay.
No, it's in San Francisco, but people don't think that because it's the hood. And they don't want to recognize San Francisco as having a actual ghetto, but that's what it is. It's the hood. Anyway, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for coming out. And I know it's like a little awkward because, you know, these are most of you guys as peers. So, you know, the sex shit and all that stuff can get a little uncomfortable. But I'm just going to keep the shit rolling. So I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Interesting things been happening in my life. About 27 days ago to the date, I had to buy a pregnancy test. And pregnancy tests are weird as hell to me, mostly because they're 99% accurate, but they come in packs of 2. There's 2, like a fucking Twix bar. I'm like, it's 99% accurate. Why do we need 2 of the exact same thing, you know? So this girl, she takes the first test, and that test comes back negative, and I'm really excited about that. But for some reason, she picks up the second test, and I knocked that shit out of her hands. I was like, nuh-uh, I think we're good. We got the results for this week, and let's hit the club. Turn up. She was like, no, I'm not gonna save a pregnancy test. That's weird. Who does that? I'm gonna take it. So she takes the second test, and really strange, true story, that test comes back positive, and she is freaking the fuck out. She's like, oh my God, what do we do now? And I'm like, what do you mean, what do we do now? We fucking buy more tests. Shit's gonna turn into a best out of 7 NBA Finals series. Like, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, fucking I win. Give me my trophy. I like to thank God. He's always been there for me. I like to thank my teammates. We got great camaraderie, great chemistry. We studied a lot of film, and I know when we split those first 2 tests, y'all thought we was gonna lose because we lost home field advantage, but we persevered. We defied the odds. We came back, won game 6. This one's for the fans. You guys are the best fans. And I know some people out there trying to hate on this 3P, but a dynasty's a dynasty. You gotta respect that. Fun stuff. I don't have any kids mostly because I already have a big family. I have a large family. I have 16 nieces and nephews. You guys are like, damn, that's a lot of nieces and nephews. How many brothers and sisters you have? 1. So it's deep. We roll deep. In Hunter's Point. For some reason, like a lot of my nieces and nephews, they ask for a lot of stuff, you know? Just because they're kids, and kids have no shame. Just they're really comfortable just asking you for shit, like the most random things. Like one of my nephews asked me if he could have my laptop. But he asked me if he could have my laptop when I die. And I'm like, what kind of request is that, dude? Like, do you know how computers work? Do you know how death works? Like, I plan on being here a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 30-year-old fit, non-smoker, non-rapper, live in an up-and-coming neighborhood. I ate a fucking kale salad today. I plan on being here a minute. You don't think that I'm gonna outlive a 2011 refurbished MacBook Pro with no space bar? The space bar don't even work. You think I'll die before I spill a latte on that shit? Which will be partly my fault for putting a latte next to the computer, but it's also the fault of the Starbucks on 16th and Montgomery for having wobbly-ass tables when I stood up too fast to take a shit. Don't judge me, you know how coffee works. But he's from the hood. You know, my nephew's from the hood. So kind of like all he knows is hood, you know? And he was like, but uncle, what if you get shot? And I was like, why are you so excited? But you're right. You are right. I could get shot. But I am exiting that 15 to 34 age range where homicide is the leading cause of death amongst black males. You, sir, are entering it. So let me get that Xbox. He just thinks I'm old, you know? And I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm starting to feel old, but it's not like arthritis old, you know, just old. We're like, ginger ale tastes fucking amazing now. And I don't know how that happens. I don't know how I got like so mature, you know? I'll be like, hey, yo, ginger ale, please. Yes, I'm a homeowner. Like, you know what it is. Silly. My niece asked me to take her to see the movie Straight Outta Compton. It's like, you're like 11. No. I saw the movie myself, though. It was a good movie. It was good. Did you guys check it out? Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's statistically accurate. It is. CNN actually reported that of all the film's audiences, nearly half, 46%, were African American, only 23% were white. Now, how'd they get those statistics? Because I saw the movie. I didn't fill out a fucking census survey. So that means that there was someone at the theater counting black people, which is a difficult thing to do at a movie theater. You know? It's just an awkward thing. I also saw the movie 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, I did. I didn't see the movie. I'm just kidding. I did read the book, though. And my thoughts are, ladies, I get it. There were some moments where I was feeling a little aroused, but I have questions. I want to know, do women touch themselves as they read the book, or do they sit the book down and like go off of memory, you know? Because I tried, and I don't know if it was because of like all of the shaking, but I just kept like losing my place on what I was reading, some complications, you know, if you will. Either that, or she would write some shit that would just be like so outlandish, so out of this world, it would just like throw me off course completely, you know? And I know a lot of the guys probably haven't read it, so I'll just give you guys an example of some shit that I was experiencing while I was trying to make a moment. And yeah, I read it on this Nook here, which I highly recommend for self-pleasure activities, because you know, you don't want to be flipping through a paperback, get a paper cut, fuck up the whole experience, you know? And I read it on this Nook here, which I'll probably give to my nephew when I die. But she writes this, right? This is her first time having sex with the dude, you know, the main guy. It's her first time having sex with him, and this is what she writes. She writes this, and I quote, she goes, my thoughts are scattering. There's only sensation, only him, only me. Oh, please, I stiffen. Come for me, Anna, he whispers breathlessly. And I unravel at his words, exploding around him as I climax and splinter into a million pieces underneath him. What? I was like, bitch, 5 pages ago, you were a virgin. You were a virgin, and now you're just coming on command? On command? On command? I can't get a girl to come to my house on command. It's not happening. You gotta ask politely, you gotta pay for the Uber. Like, just a lot of logistical things you gotta consider. But I had fun with the book. I'm not gonna lie, I had fun with the book. You know, and if you guys don't know, the premise of the story, it's like this girl, she can't understand like why she's so smitten and captivated by this man who's young, but he's unbelievably rich, and he's powerful, and he's charming, and he's white, and he's tall, and he's gorgeous, and he's mysterious, and he's white, and he can dance, he could fly a fucking helicopter, he could play the classical piano, and his skin is fair, and just like all this shit, and she's like, I don't know what it is about this man, and I'm like, bitch, really? If you don't, okay. But I was on board. I was like, look, I'll give that all a pass. I'm on board. I'm like 75 pages in. My only request is that he not have a big dick. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. You can't speak fluent French, know how to French braid a girl's hair, and just like lay a ridiculous pipe. Like that's not a real thing that happens in America. But of course he does, and the way she describes it, and she's like, oh, and then he pulls down his pants, and his penis is such a considerable length, I don't know how it's gonna fit inside of me. And I'm like, yo, this book is bullshit. This is not a romance. This is a science fiction fantasy suspense thriller. That motherfucker dude's an alien, and I hope she dies at the end. Spoiler alert. So that's that. I don't know you guys personally, so I don't know what you guys like to do on your free time, but I like to judge people. I judge people based on their cell phone situation. Like, Whenever somebody sends me a screenshot, I never focus on the picture. I only focus on that status bar at the top, you know? Like my boy sent me a screenshot of a text conversation he was having with his girl trying to get relationship advice. And he calls me up, he's like, okay, so you see what she wrote, so what do you think? And I was like, I think that your battery is at 2% right now. You all focused on love, you need to charge your phone. I see that your signal strength is weak, and I see that you have an alarm clock set on your phone. Like, why do you have an alarm? You don't have a job. What the fuck are you waking up for? And I see that you took this screenshot 25 minutes ago, which means that you sent this to 5 other people before you sent it to me, and that's fucked up because I thought we had a much better friendship than that. You seek my advice first or not at all, I don't like you or the situation, I hate you, and I hope your girl cheats on you. And she probably is cheating on you because I saw her 2 weeks ago and her cell phone screen was cracked, which means that bitch likes to party, she is definitely down to get the dick, and she's not eligible for an upgrade. So. Social media is fun. Facebook is fun. A lot of people take that type of stuff seriously. I don't. I like to have fun on Facebook. You know, like what I'll do, and I recommend you guys try it as well. What I'll do is I'll post a status, right? And the status will be loving, caring, uplifting. You know, it'll get a ton of likes, tons of likes. But then I'll go back and I'll edit the status to some racist, misogynistic shit. But I'll keep the likes. Because Facebook, they don't take those likes away. So you'll click on my page and it'll be like, yeah, after I fuck these white bitches, I make them put on a Ray Rice jersey, then get in the kitchen where they belong and cook me some grits, eggs, bacon, and biscuits. 784 likes. And comments too, comments like, you inspire me. I'm like, yeah, I know. So proud of you, son. Thanks, Ma. I love you too. This is great. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that, I thought that I would have been at a different place at this age in my life, you know? Like, I thought that I would have made, like, a stronger contribution to the world. And I haven't, and I'm trying to, like, accept that. You know, like, a lot of my friends are doing things. A lot of my friends own homes. They have families. They know how to, like, trade stock. I know how to do shit like get a free biscuit at Popeyes. And, like, 3 of you are looking at me like, all right, how? Well, you walk in and you order number 6. Those are chicken tenders. You can get them mild, you can get them hot, or you can get them blackened. You have to order them blackened because they have to cook it fresh, and it takes 5 minutes. At which point, you'll say to the cashier, you'll say, hey, can I have my biscuit now while I wait? And the cashier will hand you a biscuit, and you eat that shit. And then 5 minutes later, another guy prepares the rest of the meal. He and the cashier, they don't communicate. So he'll routinely open the box, put the fries in the box, put the chicken in the box, put a biscuit in the box, close the box, hand you the box, you open that box, you see that biscuit, be like, yo, God is real. And then you grab a honey and you get the fuck out of there. So, life hacks. All right, guys. This has been fun. This space is dope, and I want to thank Pace Magazine and my boy Brad for putting this show on. It's been quite a pleasure, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good night. Thank you.
Get up for Gary Anderson, everybody. Hunter Point is so proud of him right now.